Good morning. Myself, Dr. Prakash Rodiya, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Rajarshi Shahu Mahavidyalya, Autonomous Latur. Friends, today we are going to discuss on the piece rate system, one of the method for the payment to the workers. It is the method of wages payment. We have discussed over the time rate system of wage payment. In this system, the wages were depend on the number of days worked, and we have multiplied with this number of days worked into rate per day, or we can say number of hours worked into rate per day. This is the one of the system of wages payment, time rate system. We have already discussed over this particular system. Now, in the today's session, we are going to discuss on the piece rate system. What the piece rate system is? This is a system where workers are paid based on their number of units produced. How many units the worker have produced in a particular day, on that basis the payment will be given. In the piece rate system, there are the two methods. One is the straight piece rate system and another one is the differential piece rate system. Under the differential piece rate system, there are again two popular methods. One is the Taylor's differential piece rate system and another one is the Merrick's differential piece rate system. Many other differential piece rate system are also there, but two are the most popular one. So why these differential piece rate system are there? Because it encourages the efficiency and productivity of the worker. How it does, how it works. So let's go ahead. Now friend, piece rate system of wage payment having the formula N into R. Here we can say N means the number of units produced and the R means the rate per unit. So simply we can say number of units produced into rate per unit is the simple technique we follows under the piece rate system. So here straight piece rate system, worker earn a fixed rate for each unit he produces in a particular day. His earning we can count on the basis of unit produced into rate per unit. So what are the benefits of this particular straight piece rate system? It is simple one to understand, easy to calculate, and it is directly related with the productivity. Friends, the piece rate system we are going to understand with a simple example. If a worker produces 20 units per day, when the piece rate is rupees 30 per unit, he has produced 20 units and the rate is rupees 30 per unit. So the total wages of per day will be 20 into 30, that is rupees 600. This is the simple technique we follows under the straight piece rate system. Here, when we turn toward the differential piece rate system, under the differential piece rate system, one of the most popular system is Taylor's differential piece rate system. Under this system, the particular worker will get the incentive for his productivity. This system was introduced by F.W. Taylor, Frederick Winslow Taylor, the father of scientific management, and he was the first systematic attempt introduced in rationalizing the incentive. He had studied the payment system and introduced this particular rational system which having the incentive for the worker. It is based on the assumption that the degree of efficiency varies from worker to worker. Worker A may have another capacity, worker B may have the another capacity. So hence the worker must be paid according to their degree of efficiency. This is the outcome of Taylor's this particular differential piece rate system. So the Taylor's differential piece rate system, worker are paid the two rates. based on their performance. We are going to take into account the performance of the worker. The performance can be categorized as low rate and high rate. Low rate means the worker, those having the performance below standard efficiency, and the high rate means the worker having at or above the standard efficiency. So here we are going to count the earning of the workers as when he is below standard unit produced into the low rate, and when he is above or at standard then unit produced into the high rate. So these two systems we are going to use and apply under the Taylor's differential piece rate system. What are the disadvantages of this particular Taylor system? It does not guarantee the minimum wages, because if the worker's pay is below than the given standard, then he will be given the rate as per his particular efficiency, that is the 80% of the piece rate. This system is very harassed to the inefficient worker, because they have gentle wages due to the lower rate and the lower output. So here we can say this system not give justice to the new worker or the inefficient worker. It penalizes a worker who just failed to attain the standard by a narrow margin, 1 unit also itself. If his output is below then the standard output by just 1 unit, then he will be given the low piece rate. So it is clear from the above illustration that the workers with lower efficiency will get the less wages, and the worker with the higher efficiency will get the more wages under the Taylor's this particular differential piece rate system. Now let's look out the next differential piece rate system. It is the Merrick's differential piece rate system. What this plan is? This system or plan was made by Mr. Merrick. So his name is given to the system Merrick's differential piece rate system. It is a modification of Taylor's plan or Taylor's differential piece rate system. Under the Taylor differential piece rate system, the workers were given whom 100% efficiency cannot be attained or penalized. Whereas under Merrick system, there is no imposition of such punitive or lower rate upon them. So what the contribution Merrick has given under his new differential piece rate system, the worker are classified the 3 efficiency bands instead of the 2. First one, below 83%. If his efficiency is below 83%, then the normal rate, the actual piece rate, the straight piece rate will be given to him. If his efficiency between 83 to 100%, then the 110% of normal rate, normal piece rate will be given. If his efficiency between the 83 to 100, the 110% of normal piece rate, and above 100, the 120% of the normal rate will be given, and the earning will be computed as units produced into the relevant rate, that is the normal rate, 110% of normal rate and 120% of normal rate. So let's look out one example. This is the straight piece rates example. The worker A produced 200 units, rate per unit is ₹5. So the earning will be 200 into 5, that is ₹1000. Another example, the unit produced are 300, the rate per unit is ₹4, the worker will get 300 into 4, ₹1200. Taylor's differential piece rate system. Let's take one example. Worker produced 150 units, the standard units are 200 and the low rate is ₹5 and the high rate is ₹7. So we can easily look out that the standard are 200 units, worker produced 150 units, he is below standard, then he will be given the low rate. So 150 his actual unit produced into 5, the worker will get ₹750. Taylor's differential piece rate system. Another example, The unit produced are 250, standard units are 200, low rate is 6, high rate is 8. So here the worker has produced 50 units more than the standard unit, so that's why he will get the high rate. 250 into 8, 2000 is the total remuneration the worker will get. Now the Merrick's differential piece rate system. Let's take the example, friends. Look out here, the example says unit produced is 180, standard units are 200 units, rate is rupees 10. So here the worker is below standard, so count his efficiency, 180 his particular output, 200 are the standard, into 100 his efficiency comes 90%. It means the between 83% to 100%, so he will get 110% of the piece rate, that is rupees 10 he will get by 11 rupees. Earning will be 180 his actual output, rupees 11 is the rate by 110%, and the remuneration will be 1980 rupees. Another example, under the Merrick's differential piece rate system, the unit produced are 220, the standard unit are 200, and the rate is rupees 15 per unit. So here the unit produced are beyond than the standard unit, so the efficiency comes 110%, that is above 100%. So the worker will get 120% of the piece rate, it comes rupees 18. So the worker will get 220 his actual production, rupees 80 is the 120% of rupees 15, and the wages will be 3960 rupees. Now let's take another example, piece rate system. 400 unit produced, rupees 8 is the rate per unit, total remuneration 3200 rupees. Taylor's differential piece rate system, unit produced 300, standard unit 250, low rate 12, high rate 15. As the worker has produced 300, then he is eligible for the high piece rate. So the earning will be 300 into 15, that is rupees 4500 rupees. Under Merrick's plan, the unit produced are 170, standard units are 200, rate is rupees 20. Let's count the efficiency. 170 actual unit produced, 200 units are the standard, efficiency comes 85%, that is between the 83% to 100%. So the worker will get 110% of piece rate, that is rupees 22. Total remuneration will be 170 actual production, rupees 20 comes by 110%, and the remuneration will be rupees 3740 rupees. Under Merrick's differential piece rate system, another example, unit produced 210, total standard units 200, rate is rupees 25, worker is above standard, efficiency comes 105%, so he will get 120% of rupees 25, that is rupees 30, total remuneration will be 210, that is the actual unit produced, rupees 30 is the 120% of rupees 25, and the wages he will get rupees 6300 rupees. What is the difference between the time rate and the piece rate? So we can say under the time rate system, the earning of worker are calculated on the basis of time spent. Under the piece rate system, the worker will be calculated on the basis of number of units he has produced. Under the time rate system, the minimum guaranteed time rate is paid to each and every worker, minimum guaranteed time rate. Under the piece rate system, no guarantee of minimum payment to the worker. As much unit as he will produce, he will get that much wages. Under the time rate system, the remuneration are not directly linked with the productivity. There is the time count is the base for the wages. But under this particular piece rate system, the workers are directly linked with the productivity. So this system gives the, we can say, priority to the productivity. Under the time rate system, the emphasis is given on the high quality of work. In this system, the no quantity is taken into account. Under the piece rate system, there is no consideration of quality, only quantity is considered. Under the time rate system, the strict supervision is essential because the quality of work is taken into account. Under this system, the close supervision is not required because workers are the self-motivated. They have to produce the more number of units to get the high wages. This method may lead to the trade unions to support it because the trade unions having in favor of the time rate system. Because this piece rate system is considered under this method, the attitude of trade union is not cooperative because with the particular scheme, the worker has to produce more number of units and there will be the competition between the worker to produce the number of units as much as higher so as to get the more number of wages. More idle time arises in the time rate system is the drawback of this system. Compared with the time rate system, there is no change in the idle time in the piece rate system. So here we have differentiated the two rate systems. One is the time rate and another one is the piece rate. So in the today's session, we have highly focused over the piece rate system and taken into account the three types of piece rate, straight piece rate and the two differential piece rate, that is the Taylor's differential piece rate and Merrick's differential piece rate. Thank you.